Looking at the Southwest Division, which is also under the Western Conference, we have two teams that are carrying the weight here. We have the Houston Rockets and the San Antonio Spurs. And these are two teams in the same city, in the same state. But every other team around there has probably just been mediocre so far. Dallas Mavericks, Memphis, New Orleans Pelicans. The only two teams that carry the weight of this division are the San Antonio Spurs and the Houston Rockets. Now, these are two teams that can challenge. They're going to make a lot of noise in the postseason. We have Wembanyama leading the San Antonio Spurs, and we have Kevin Durant leading the Houston Rockets, and it's going to be a tough one. As a Southwestern Division, I can say we probably just have two powerhouses, and other teams that are just barely surviving. I don't even think any of these other teams has what it takes to be in the playing category. Spurs and Rockets are excellent, and they're both in top four for the West, while the bottom three are just struggling badly. Spurs are on the 6-game win streak so far, and I like what I'm seeing from them. Wembanyama is a rising contender, and I'm going to really see him do some magic in the postseason. But Memphis, Dallas, and New Orleans are all below 0.380 when it comes to based on their performance. They are not even a 500 team, so I don't see them making any noise in the postseason. They have what it takes because if you look at on paper, the kind of talent they have, they should do better. But some of these teams are suffering because of injuries, and I just got some information recently that Ja Morant is also going to be out for another few weeks, 2 to 3 weeks again, because of another injury. So they continue to have injury issues. They are top heavy, and it's a bit similar to the Central Division, which I just talked about in the Eastern Conference. So looking at the divisional power ranking, I can just tell you clearly that the Northwest Division within the Western Conference has the elite Oklahoma City team performing well. They also have strong Denver and a solid Minnesota. Now, these three teams alone, three of them can make noise in their own different ways. And these are very, very good teams. Number two, on the Atlantic East, we also have 4 playoff teams and 2 contenders, just like I talked about. And I like what I'm seeing from them. The Southwest, we have 2 top 4 seeds, but a very weak bottom. And, they can make a lot of noise. You never can tell because at this time of the season, they still have more than 20 games to go. And a lot of things can change if you go on a 10-game winning streak. So I feel there's still a lot of, room for improvement for the teams. On the Pacific side, we have depth, but we lack a top-tier team. Yeah, on the Central East as well, we have Detroit, which is the shocker for everybody, but there's weak depth, generally. So they are carrying the weight of that division. On the Southeast side, we have no elite team, mostly playing level. And, those are some of the big things I've looked at, in that analysis, looking in depth. So the biggest divisional storylines of my analysis is Detroit will be leading the East, and that's why they are number one, and that's the biggest shock of the season.